Well, welcome back to my channel, Blast from the Past Farming. Today's the day I say goodbye to my dad's old wagon. Pretty rough shape. Dug a hole out here in the field. That way all the nails and rivets and everything else gets buried below the tillage zone. So, yeah. 100-some-year-old wagon. It did its purpose. Throw a little pink stuff on here. It won't take long to burn because, like I said, it's half rotten. So, won't take long to burn. There, now she's starting to get into some of the diesel fuel a little bit. Finally had a day where the wind ain't blowing 50 miles an hour. Oh, get over there. There we go. Once it gets cooking, it won't take long. Yeah, I'll let you go for now. Well, it's working its way across to the east side now. Slow but sure. Might take longer to burn it than I thought. I thought it being as kind of rotten wood, it'd burn faster, but oh well. As long as it's done before the wind picks up, that's all that matters. Starting to see some pretty good gaps in the wood right there now. Started the fire at 7:20, and right now it is, let me take a peekaboo at my watch, 7:31. So not bad in 11 minutes. I bet within a half hour it'll be all pretty much crumpled all down. Kind of relaxing. Too bad the nights aren't nice and calm. Like I said, this first non-windy day, probably for in about 6 days. I've always been having gusts about 50 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, constant winds of 20, 25 to 30. So yeah, got about a 1 mile an hour wind out of the southeast. Perfect day for burning. Yeah, she's a cooking. Well, it's been 40 minutes now that I lit her up on fire. Not much left. Give it about another half an hour, then push the hole shut before the wind picks up. It's supposed to be up to 20 miles an hour again shortly. So, getting her caught just in time. Yeah, we'll get you focused in here. I went around and brad nailed these together. Like I said, a set of cleats on the inside and outside, and I just brad nailed them. That way I could take my clamps off. I went and had an extra cleat, so I using that as a pattern. All the bolt holes will be the same. Match this up like this. Pressure on tight. Get them all marked. Let's see. We'll go down to the other one. Do the same thing. Take the clamp off. There. I'm going to clamp it down solid on this first one because it's got a little bit of a bow in that bottom board. So I'll bolt that down up there and then put a clamp on here and just draw it down tight. I'm never going to take these sideboards off anyhow, so it's no big deal. So yeah, I'll go get the drilling and pounding some bolts in. Well, I've got the middle sideboard on, because I am clamping it down to the bottom one. Just makes it that much more solid. I'll never take them apart anyhow. So I got them clamped at each end. This has a little bit of gap by the time I put a cleat here and here. I'll put my clamp up in the middle and draw it up tight. It'll be just like that side. So yeah, I'm gaining. Takes a lot of time, but sucker sure looks pretty. Two more sets of cleat than the last two sideboards. Gonna get excited. I can see the end. Well, I've got the wagon almost completed. Just need to put the tie rods going across here, the three. Got to do a little touch-up paint. Paint over the bolt heads. And where I wire brad nailed it, which is no big deal. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I'm going to leave this tailgate out until I get my chain put in across there. I have to get it painted first. So yeah, I'll step back here a little bit. Oh, gotta say that thing looks sexy as heck. Wow. I think I'm just shy of 100 hours. I'll have to tally up my hours and the total dollars that I put into it sometime. But yeah, that pupper looks nice. I would have did a little more videoing, but I was moving around so much, it'd been hard to capture it all. But yeah, I'm happy. Very happy. Have to get the air compressor over here and blow this dirt off yet. I did the other side and the inside of the box already. So that's all nice and clean. Well, I basically made a replica of my dad's wagon, so I finally finished it up. Started on March 5th, and yeah, started on March 5th, and I finished it on April 2nd. Bought the seat up there from a neighbor who had just picked it up 2 weeks prior for me running up to buy the wagon and the livestock rack off of Mom. So the total cost on that wagon with all the material and the purchase of the seat was $900.76. And it took me 102 hours to build. It has the little folding in gate on the back. Those lights back there ain't doing very good, are they? We'll just fix that here in a hurry. So yeah, it's on hinges. I'm missing one rod that goes across, and that rod goes on the inside of the box down here instead of the outside like this. It goes on the inside. That way it doesn't interfere with this in gate opening up. If I can do this with one hand or not. Put my knee up here. Hang on. See if I can get my fingers behind it. There we go. So that way they could regulate the grain coming out of it. And then when the grain quit coming out, they could reach in a long ways with the shovels to scoop the grain out. So like I say, I'm missing one rod to go on the inside right here. But I saved all the iron from Dad's wagon and reused it all. Even the chain inside. Even that chain's the original one. And you got the little hooks up here. So, yeah. Had a few people come and look at it already. They heard that it was done. So, and I got another person coming tonight yet too. Trying to preserve a little history. I said the running gear was pretty good shape, other than had to redo this part here, put a new chunk of wood there and up. And this down here, I had to spread them apart and put a bolt back there. That was gone, but it was riveted. And then preserved the livestock rack that some of us boys in Dead built back in 1973. And I bought the back half of a Chevy pickup, which is a 1973 pickup, and painted it and put the stock racks on and painted them. So preserve a little history. Well, I hope you enjoyed the videos. Remember to subscribe and like and hit that little notification button. Remember, be kind to one another.